let's go ahead and make a Major Peter's Original Bloody Mary. Let's go ahead and start with a mixed glass. Good scoop of ice. And this drink has 1.5 ounces of vodka in it. 1.5 ounces of vodka, which is a 3 count with these pourers. That's perfect, Christy, as usual. And then this drink is a real easy drink. You just fill it to the top with Major Peter's Original Bloody Mary mix. And then we're going to roll it in and out of the tin because we never serve an unmixed drink. And my favorite garnish on a Bloody Mary is actually not celery. I like a wedge of lime and an olive. Again, so that you can see it, but at least one of those will be in the drink. Beautiful. Major Peter's Original Bloody Mary. Let's go ahead and make a Major Peter's Bloody Maria. And this drink is like a Bloody Mary, but instead of vodka, it uses tequila. So good scoop of ice, and we're going to use 1.5 ounces of tequila this time instead of vodka. Great. And about 4 ounces of Major Peter's hot and spicy Bloody Mary mix, just because it goes a little better with the tequila. I'm going to roll it in and out of the tin once. Same garnish we use on a regular Bloody Mary, which is an olive and a lime on a pick and a stir. Terrific. Major Peter's hot and spicy Bloody Maria. Okay, Christy, let's make a Major Peter's Works Bloody Mary. And this drink is like a Bloody Mary, but it has 3 different liquors in it. We start with 1/2 ounce of vodka.
Vodka.
1/2 ounce of gin.
Gin.
And we finish with 1/2 ounce of tequila.
Tequila.
And again, for our pour spouts, that's about a 1 count each. And then we're going to use Major Peter's Works Bloody Mary mix. And we use about 4 ounces of that. And then when you're done with that, we're going to roll it in and out of the tin. And we will use the same garnish that we use on our Bloody Marys, which is an olive and a lime wedge, and we'll finish it with a stir. Major Peter's Works Bloody Mary. Okay, Christy, let's go ahead and make a Major Peter's Amaretto Sour. And this is a variation of the sour drink that we made in the classroom portion, but we're going to use amaretto. It's a sweet almond flavored liqueur, 1.5 ounces of amaretto, about 3.5 ounces of Major Peter's sour mix, and then a splash of orange juice. And notice she doesn't fill it all the way up because she's going to shake this drink. It is a juice drink. And again, when you shake it, you're going to aerate the drink, you're going to bring the flavor out, and you're going to create a little bit of a froth. And that froth is what's going to take the drink right to the top of the glass. And Christy, when you ever have problems getting it out, if you just take the tin like this and just pull it real gently in the direction that it's leaning, it will come out every time.
Okay.
All right? Perfect. And then let's garnish that with a flag, which is an orange and a cherry, and a stirrer. And that is a Major Peter's Amaretto Sour. Okay, we're going to do a Major Peter's Classic Collins now. And this is a variation of a Tom Collins, which means it's going to have gin in it. So it's 1.5 ounces of gin. And then we're going to use about 3 ounces of Major Peter's sweet and sour mix, not filling it all the way. And then we're going to roll it in and out of the tin. And we're going to top it with club soda. Major Peter's Classic Collins. And the garnish on this is a cherry and an orange. So we'll do a flag. Terrific. Major Peter's Classic Collins. Okay, let's make a major old-fashioned. And this is 2 ounces of bourbon in a mixed glass. About an ounce or so of Major Peter's old-fashioned mix, and then about an ounce of club soda. And we're just going to roll that in and out of a tin, and we'll garnish it with a cherry and orange flag. And a stirrer will complete that drink. A major old-fashioned. Okay, let's make a Major Peter's Kamikaze, and we're going to build this in a rocks glass. And it's very simply 1 ounce of vodka, 1 ounce of Major Peter's triple sec cocktail mix, and 1 ounce of Major Peter's sweetened West India style lime juice. Great. Good. Roll it in and out of the tin. All right. And just a stirrer and a cocktail napkin. Okay, now we're going to make one of the most popular cocktails around today, and that is a Cosmopolitan. The Cosmopolitan is a derivation of a Cape Cod, which is a vodka cranberry. This has a lot more vodka and a lot less cranberry, and in a 2 ounce Cosmopolitan, most people are going to put about 1.5 ounces of vodka and about a half ounce of cranberry juice. And you also want a little bit of citrus in there. So we're going to do just a splash of lime juice to give it that citrus flavor. And then shake it up real good. And then once that's frosted, go ahead and strain it into your glass, into your martini glass. And this drink, my favorite garnish for a Cosmopolitan is a lemon twist. Let me show you the way to make a lemon twist. What you want to do is go out and get yourself a twister, and this is different from a zester. A twister is going to give a nice thick peel of just the outer portion of the skin of the citrus fruit. And the outer portion is where all the flavor is, the inner portion is white, and that's actually bitter. So the correct way to do a twist is to get yourself a nice long twist that goes around the entire fruit once, fold it in half, and then rub the outer portion, the yellow portion, on the rim of the glass. So you get all that nice flavor down on the glass, and then when you're done, go ahead and just twist it over the glass to release some of those oils and drop it so that it is half in and half out of the drink. And you have a Cosmopolitan. Okay, the next drink we're going to make is called a Pear Royale, and this is actually something that I created. This is based on a classic Italian after-dinner tradition, which is soaking fresh fruit in wine. So we actually made a martini out of it. And the first thing that I did was line a martini glass with some fresh pear slices. Now I'm actually going to use some wine, and I'm going to make a big martini. I'm going to make about 4 ounces here. I'm going to use about 1.5 ounces of a good red wine. I like a Chianti. And I'm also going to add some champagne. And again, about 1.5 ounces of champagne. And then I'm going to use, let's say about 1 ounce of a good raspberry liqueur. Now I'm going to shake this, and I'm going to shake it fairly gently because there is champagne in here, and champagne is carbonated. If you shake it too much, the tin will pop apart on you. And then I'm going to strain this into my martini glass with the fresh pears. And over the top, I'm going to float some fresh raspberries. And this is, man, one of my favorite drinks ever. And the raspberries are the garnish on this. And there you go, Pear Royale. Okay, the next drink we're going to make is called an Aztec chocolate martini. And again, this is something that I came up with a few years ago. And it mixes chocolate with hot peppers, believe it or not, which is a Mexican specialty. They work real well together. There's a lot of chili recipes, actually, that use cocoa powder in the chili. Chocolate and hot peppers work terrific. So the first thing I did was just put a little bit of chocolate syrup into the martini glass. Now I'm going to use pepper vodka, about 2 ounces of pepper vodka. And because this is an after dinner drink, not real strong, I like to make about a 4-ounce martini. So it's a dessert by itself. I'm going to mix that with a good quality dark chocolate liqueur. And the secret to mixing pepper and chocolate is to stick with dark chocolate. And then I'm going to use dark creme de cocoa. And I used about 1 ounce of each of the last 2 chocolate ingredients. And it is a martini. I'm going to shake it up real good. Again, I'm going to shake it until the tin frosts. And there will be no additional garnish to this drink. This drink has so much flavor, it doesn't need any. And the chocolate syrup in the glass really does make an excellent garnish by itself. So once that tin is nice and frosted, go ahead and strain it into the martini glass. And you have an Aztec chocolate martini. Pepper vodka, good quality dark chocolate liqueur, and dark creme de cocoa. Okay, now we're going to make a Marga-tini. And this is a martini-style drink with a margarita flavor. There's also a twist to it. It, of course, has tequila, about 1 ounce. I'm also going to put in about 1 ounce of creme de banana. And that's the twist. And as with any good margarita, I'm going to go ahead and put about 1/2 ounce of triple sec. And I'm going to fill it up with about 1.5 ounces of sour mix. And this is the sour mix. I also put in just a splash of lime juice. I'm also going to squeeze a fresh lime into the drink. Just drop it in there. Shake it up real good. And now before I strain this drink, I'm going to take my martini glass and dip the rim into a little lime juice and some salt so that I get a salt rim on the glass. And then I'm going to strain this whole thing into my martini glass. And I end up with a very lightly banana-flavored margarita drink in a martini glass. Marga-tini. Okay, now we're going to make a real classic drink called a Seabreeze. And a Seabreeze is vodka, cranberry, and grapefruit juice. 1.5 ounces of vodka in a mixed glass full of ice.
Vodka.
Half of the rest of the volume of the glass will be filled with grapefruit juice. That will end up being about 2 ounces of grapefruit juice.
Grapefruit juice.
And then the rest of it will be cranberry juice, and that's about 2 ounces of cranberry juice. And we're going to just shake this a couple times just to kind of aerate it a little bit, mix it up real well. And then that goes right back into the glass with a stir. And that is a Seabreeze, vodka, cranberry, and grapefruit juice. Okay, now we're going to do another vodka cranberry drink called a Baybreeze. And a Baybreeze is vodka, cranberry, and pineapple juice. 1.5 ounces of vodka, about 2 ounces of pineapple juice, and about 2 ounces of cranberry juice. A lot of people get this drink confused with a Seabreeze, which is vodka, cranberry, and grapefruit. The way you can remember them, or the way I remember them at least, is that the sea is harsher than the bay, and grapefruit juice, at least to me, is harsher than pineapple juice. Go ahead and shake it a couple times, and that goes back into the glass with a stir. And that is a beautiful, beautiful Baybreeze. Nice job.
Anthony.
We're going to do another vodka cranberry drink, and this drink is called a Madras. It is vodka, cranberry, and orange juice. So she's going to do about 2 ounces of each of those, and then shake it up a couple of times, aerate that drink, make it nice and frothy. This is a terrific drink. If you drink a lot of Cape Cods, which is just vodka and cranberry, and you want to try something a little different, try ordering a Madras next time. And again, that's just the way I like it. Nice and frothy. A lot of flavor to that drink. A lot of nose to that drink. Vodka, cranberry, and orange juice. Okay, let's do a Tequila Sunrise. And a Tequila Sunrise is very similar to a screwdriver, which is vodka and orange juice. A Tequila Sunrise, obviously, is tequila and orange juice. And there's a little something special you do to a Tequila Sunrise to make it into a sunrise. So we start with 1.5 ounces of tequila, and then we do about 4 ounces of orange juice that will take it almost to the top, but not quite. And we're going to mix it at this point. We're just going to roll it in and out of the tin. And this drink we don't want frothy, and I'll show you why. Over the top, we're going to just take a little bit of grenadine and drizzle it over the top, and that makes it look like the sun has risen through the drink. And that gets garnished with an orange and a stirrer. And if you haven't had one, folks, trust me, try a Tequila Sunrise. Christy, let's make a Black Russian. Black Russian is a really classic cocktail. One of the nice things about a Black Russian is the name tells you what's in it. Russian, what do we know comes from Russia? Vodka, exactly. So it's about 1 ounce of vodka mixed with about 1 ounce of Kahlua, and that's where the black part comes from. So 1 ounce each in a rocks glass with ice, vodka and Kahlua, and just roll it in and out of the tin once. And a stir will complete that drink. A Black Russian, vodka and Kahlua. Let's make a White Russian. And a White Russian is similar to a Black Russian. If you remember, a Black Russian was vodka and Kahlua. Same basic ingredients, except you add cream. And we build this in a mixed glass. So it's 1 ounce of vodka, 1 ounce of Kahlua. And then we're going to top it with half and half, cream or milk, depending on your preference. I like half and half, right to the top. And then in and out of the tin. And a stir, and that is a White Russian. Vodka, Kahlua, and cream. Very nice. All right, we're going to make a Long Island tea. This is one of my favorite drinks, probably because I'm from Long Island. So this drink has all of our base liquors in it. It has a ½ ounce of vodka, a ½ ounce of gin, a ½ ounce of rum, a ½ ounce of tequila, and a ½ ounce of triple sec. So there's actually 5 liquors in there. And then Christy's going to fill the rest of it about halfway up with sour mix, which I think was the last one that she had. And she's only going to go about halfway because we're going to top the drink with cola. But before we do that, we're going to shake it so that we get all those ingredients mixed up real well. I like these shaken a lot, and I like it nice and frothy, which is why we don't put the cola in first. You never really want to shake a carbonated drink. Anything that has carbonation to it will cause the tin to separate from the glass and maybe explode in your hand. So if you want to shake a drink, make sure you float the carbonated part of it last, and that's what she's going to do. And then the Coke will take it right up to the top and make it look like tea. And it gets garnished with the same thing that a real iced tea gets, which is a lemon wedge and a straw. And that is a Long Island tea. All right, now we're going to make an old-fashioned, one of my favorite drinks. This is a bourbon-based drink. It's one of the muddled drinks, which means it has fruit in the bottom of the glass that is mashed together with a little bit of simple syrup. And simple syrup is actually, you can make this at home, I make it all the time. It's half sugar and half water, 1 to 1. So 1 cup of sugar to 1 cup of water. Just put it in a blender, let it sit, and you'll end up with simple syrup. It works much, much nicer than granulated sugar. So I took 2 cherries, an orange slice, and I'm going to use 2 dashes of bitters, which is an alcoholic extract. And it's a bitter flavored liquid, and that adds a little bit of balance to the sweetness that the simple syrup is going to bring to the drink. And I mash this up real good in the bottom of the glass. And you can see when I'm done that I'm going to have a nice muddled mixture of fruit, simple syrup, and bitters. And I'm going to fill it all the way up with ice. And I'm going to take some bourbon, put 1.5 ounces of bourbon, and I fill this with soda water to the top, in and out of the tin. And I'm going to garnish this drink with a flag. And a stir. And that is a classic old-fashioned. All right, let's make a mojito. Mojito. This is a rum-based drink, similar to an old-fashioned, which was bourbon and soda with some fruit muddled in the bottom. So what I'm going to do for a mojito, I'm going to chill my glass a little bit. Then I'm going to put some fresh mint leaves in the bottom. I use about 4 good-sized fresh mint leaves. And about 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, which was half sugar and half water. And I'm going to take a lime wedge and put that on the bottom. And then I'm going to muddle this all up. I'm going to mash this all together. And I'm going to make sure that I get the mint leaves crushed and the lime crushed and everything mixed together in that simple syrup in the bottom of the glass. And it's going to look very similar to the bottom of an old-fashioned, except it's going to be all green. And if you take a look at that, you can see that I have mint leaves, lime, and simple syrup in the bottom of that. I'm going to fill the glass up with ice. And instead of just using regular rum, I like to kick my mojitos up a little bit. I use about 3/4 ounce of spiced rum and about 3/4 ounce of pineapple rum. Then I top the whole thing up with soda water. And I roll it in and out of my tin. And the garnish for a mojito is a nice sprig of mint, and I like to pin it to the glass with a new fresh lime wedge and a stir. Mojito.